Premiere Pro is full of tips and tricks that can help us as editors speed up our workflow if we know them. My question for you today is, do you want to know 3 that will help you out? If you do, stick around.
This is how we do it.
What's up everybody, it's Shane here at Waiting to be Seen, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm so thrilled that you're here because I get the opportunity to be able to share some of the information, the tips, the tricks, the hacks for shooting, for editing, and all that kind of good stuff that I've learned over the years. I mean, people have paid that into my life over about 20 years, and so I'm really keen about sharing that information, all for free, just to help other content creators, especially if you're starting out. And I'm really excited that you're here today, so welcome. Today I am talking about Premiere Pro, and I'm going to be sharing 3 little tips and tricks that you may not know are functions inside the app. So I have a project open already, and I actually have a couple of files in my sequence. So the very first thing that I'm going to talk about is dragging and dropping files into the sequence. Perhaps you don't know that you can do this, and if you don't, this is going to be a major time saver for you. Let's say I've got some B-roll here that I want to include. If I double click on it, it will open it up in the source window. Okay, if I skip forward through a bit of it, let's say I want that to be the input, and then we'll just come to here and say, all right, that's going to be the out point. What we would then do, have you ever done this, is drag the video, and you can see as I drag it onto the timeline, it overwrites the video that's already there. This is the first tip that you want to do. I'll just Control Z that. When you drag, click, hold down Control, and you can see there's a whole bunch of arrows now in your sequence. And if I just put it, let's say, on video line 2 and let go, and now press the backspace so you can see the whole sequence, you can see that footage has actually been inserted into your sequence, and it's pushed all of the video after that insert point back. Super simple, and really a huge time saver for when you're importing footage like that. Don't do it the other way anymore. You really don't need to. Now, tip number 2, really useful. Let's say you are wanting to manipulate this particular piece of footage here. What I've done personally in the past is right click and then say, okay, unlink it. And when you unlink it, it then does exactly what it says on the packaging. It separates the audio and the video, and then you can move just the video around, or you can move just the audio around, right? There is actually a faster way of doing it, and it's really simple. I love it. What you do, just come up here underneath the time code, the playhead position time codes here. You've got a series of options: insert and overwrite, snap in timeline. This is the third one that you want to do, linked selection. If you click that though, it switches off from blue. It means that it's no longer active. And now if I select this and drag it, look at that, it's dragging it around all on its own. Or if you don't want to necessarily move the entire clip around, maybe you just actually want to bump the playhead of the video like so, or I can go, actually, let's push that out. So the audio is still synchronized, but you're able to actually manipulate the playhead of either the video or the audio, and you can do so just by clicking that little button. Now we just re-enable that option here, and I can click, and the whole file will then drag around like it normally does. So it's re-linked those, and you can do that with any of your footage at all, and it's really helpful. So that's tip number 2. Now on to tip number 3, final tip for today. Have you ever been in this position? You want to move your video file or your audio file from video track number 1 to video track 2, or audio track 3 to audio track 4. But when you drag and drop it, it moves like a frame or 2 frames because your hand wasn't perfectly still when you were moving it. Ever been there? I have so many times over the years. There is a faster, better way that's going to ensure perfection when you're moving from one track to the next, and this is the tip. Coming back to the footage, I've got this video file right here. If I press and hold Alt and then press the up button, how easy was that? It's moved the video file up to the next video track, and if I go Alt and down, it'll do the same thing, except it has also moved the audio track down one track, and it's because the video and the audio tracks are linked. So when you're manipulating using the Alt and up and down, it will preference the video track first. So if I then go up, you can see now it's moving both video and audio tracks. If I push up again, Alt and up, it's gone to video track 3. Now if I go Alt and down, back down to video track 2. But once the video track has hit track number 1, if I continue to go Alt down, as you can see, that audio track is now continuing to go down to the next audio track. So it's a really simple way to move audio and video tracks around. And if you pair that with tip number 2, where you unlink your audio and your video tracks, then if I do that and I come back down here, all right, and just select that audio track, now if I Alt and up arrow, it's moving just the audio. And honestly, guys, that is such a simple thing to be able to do, and it makes our workflow so much easier when we're using Premiere Pro. And everybody, that is it. 3 simple tips. Like I said, they're going to help you to do a job better in Premiere Pro. It's going to speed up your efficiency and your workflow in the program, and so I hope that you found it helpful. If you have, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know you've enjoyed today's video. And hey, if you think that today's video has been helpful, but the other content on my channel might be of use to you as well, then consider subscribing to the channel today. I'd love to have you on board for the journey. All you have to do, you know the drill, is click on the big red subscribe button down below, click on the notification bell right alongside that, and you can choose personalized or all, I don't mind. And YouTube, they're gonna do the rest. They will let you know as soon as my latest content is available for you to check out. And as I said, I would love to have you on board for that journey. And with that being said, I'm all done for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been great to have you here. This has been Shane from Waiting to Be Seen. Hope that you have a fantastic Friday. Hope the weekend is looking good, and the week to come is going to be really amazing for you. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
That's gonna leave a mark.
What?